Let's see what this saber can do.
All right, here we go. Level 4 of Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight.
And in case anyone didn't know, you took over on the game. I played the first 3 levels, kind of catching up because you were here anyway on your save game. So
Yes.
poor Ouija.
He deserves it.
That's what you get, Ouija, for staying deactivated for 8 years in a cellar.
He's made to take abuse. That's why Morgan had him around.
He's an abuse droid.
He used to have legs. Morgan chopped him off.
You're gonna use repulsors.
The irrigation channels are my way out of here.
All right, get some lightsaber action.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
That'll help.
there you go. That sound. Oh, right in the back.
Whoa.
I thought that was an item.
Yeah. I thought you were a back to tank.
Man, how ugly is someone to where you think they're a back to tank?
Tuscan
I wanna-
ugly.
I want to get rid of those wrappings there, buddy. Clothesline. That's
So
the spot.
smooth. So smooth. It's like Obi-Wan Vader style dual smoothness.
Before you go further, there was that spot under that tunnel segment that had a, if you wanted to get that one item, I think it was under that little tunnel protrusion. There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Yeah.
I think it was another back to tank.
Oh, I'm sure I'll need it.
Yeah. Don't forget to quick save every so often.
Right. And equip another weapon other than the thermal detonator.
Yeah. Getting some Pirates of the Caribbean flashbacks here. Disneyland.
Yeah, it's like what is it in Duke Nukem? That the 4th episode from the expansion.
I'm not that far yet.
Oh, there's a Disneyland type level, and they have a
Oh, is there?
Pirates type level.
Oh, nice.
As much detail as a late 90s build engine game can
Can pull
have.
off.
Yeah.
What are Grave Tuscans doing with bowcasters anyway? Where were the Wookiees
I always
they
thought
took
the
out?
bowcasters would shoot orange.
I think it depends on the game, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know why I think they shoot orange. Maybe it is another game.
Let's see. They weren't in Dark Forces 1. You can use them in Battlefront, but I think only when you're playing a Wookiee.
Yeah.
And they kind of had the same thing as this, where it was like a triple shot.
Well,
and
really,
a charge.
the real question is, what color were they in Super
Super
Empire
Jedi
Strikes Back?
or Empire? Yeah. Good question, huh? Because you play as Chewie. Well, that's the thing too. He's in Super Star Wars, but he
Oh,
just
that's
it was
right.
but it was just kind of a standard blaster. It
Yeah.
was the same as Han and Luke, I think.
Yeah.
Although Han was automatically upgraded to the next blaster power up
Right.
as soon as you pick him.
Right.
And then Chewie, I think had more health or something.
Definitely more of a blaster-centric game compared
Yeah.
to Empire and Jedi because they
Yeah.
improve the lightsaber combat in those games.
Right. Yeah, and Super Star Wars is still the only one that I've beat. Like I was saying at a previous time, I've only gone to the Wicket level on Super Jedi and Super Empire. There was one game session. I don't know if I did it across a couple days with passwords that I obtained. I mean, I played it, but I might have retrieved my game with passwords. But I only got to Vader, and I couldn't beat him. Oh, I think
No.
it wasn't a death drop. I
No,
wasn't sure.
it's not a death drop there.
Oh, you're breezing through so many of these sections. It's almost like you've played it before.
Yeah, almost. Wonder why that is. Trying to record a 22-year-old game is
Yeah.
not the easiest thing in the world.
No, sir. But it's kind of good in a way because
Why does wood explode?
yeah, why does wood explode? Ask the Ewoks. No, it's good to kind of shake the rust off because I had played the game a bit more recently than you as far as the whole game. So it's so hard
It's not even worth it.
sharpshoot in this game.
I need the sniper rifle from
Yeah, Mysteries of the Sith has that.
Sith, yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I still in third person?
I think when you switch to lightsaber, no, it doesn't automatically switch. I guess you have to.
I don't know if it did that in any of the other games like Outcast, but
Yeah, I don't. And that's the thing. I never even played Outcast. I saw you play a bit of it when you first got it, but I never had a session.
you know who else never seen it or says he never seen it is Billy D.
Really? You don't say. We'll probably give the full story on our celebration podcast special, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's a teaser for that story later.
I wonder if anybody else actually remembers that detail from that interview.
Let me tell you, considering how often we bring it up over the years, which isn't like super a lot, but like at least once a year we have to reference it. We're probably one of the few people that remembers. That's my guess. What are these things called again?
Mylocks.
Mylocks. Speaking of rare, or not rare, but Star Wars things watched or read or heard multiple times. There's those two. Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina had two audio dramas. There was Night Lily, The Lover's Tale, and We Don't Do Weddings, The Band's Tale.
Right.
And I had the latter on cassette when I first got it, and then I had Night Lily on CD, and each one I got used like back in the 90s. Anyway, those became like, the things I'd listen to when I'm like falling asleep a lot of nights. I just put my headphones on and drift off, and usually hear a few minutes before I pass out. It's funny, but those and the Dark Forces audio dramas, I have heard like since the late 90s. I've heard them, not even joking, probably thousands of times because even now, I'll burn out on them and I won't listen to them for my sleep thing for a long time. But I still commonly listen to them. I mean, they're on my my smartphone right now, so I can just like cue them up and drift off. But like, yeah, if there was ever like a census for like fans that have heard those audio dramas the most, I seriously might be like the number one person.
Well, unless there's somebody who's like super into those characters or stories, like because you're
And I
not. It's not.
am.
Oh, are you?
I'm yeah, as far because remember the cantina is my favorite scene.
Yeah.
So and also it's not just that those audio dramas are kind of obscure. Like not a lot of fans ever talk about them. Even the Dark Forces ones, no one really talks about the audio dramas a lot. It's always about the game or even the graphic novels a little bit. Although still mostly this game is like the primary. Kyle Katarn.
Ooh, ooh.
Whoa.
I don't know what I was doing there.
Hey, when was the last time you quick saved?
Before I started this
Oh, okay.
this
This section.
yeah.
But yeah, no, they're really there's something about the quality level of those two Cantina audio dramas that is just above and beyond some of the other audio dramas. It's kind of like the environmental effects and
Yeah.
the immersiveness of it, and also it's not just a straight reading of those stories from the book. They actually expanded some scenes and added, like for example, in Night Lily, there's a whole prologue section where Travag, the Gotal tax collector guy,
Mm-hmm.
he senses Obi-Wan in Mos Eisley. This is like 2 weeks before the Cantina segment,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Right,
there's that
he's
whole
force
thing.
sensitive, right?
He's he's a Gotal, so he has these cones on his
Oh, right.
head,
It's connected to
which
his cones.
right,
Yeah.
right. He like senses the energy when there's a force user nearby. But anyway, actually, I'd like to do full reviews of those at some point, just chatting about them because they're really cool. I think a lot of fans don't know about them, and I think more people should check them out. In fact, we'll probably have many more audio drama and radio drama
Well, I wonder
segments.
how easy they are to get now, you know? Because before, like when we were collecting that stuff back 15, 20 years ago, you know, there wasn't a lot of streaming services. There was
Nothing.
like, you know, file sharing services and stuff. And
Yeah.
maybe somebody had,
Um,
maybe somebody had, you know, ripped them. But for the
I
most part, you had to just get
yeah.
lucky at a bookstore or a
Yes,
music store or
and
something.
luckily they were, as far as like getting them new, they were pretty plentiful. Like we would see them, I'd see them at Barnes and Noble. You know, they were in print,
Yeah.
and but the radio dramas they were non-existent until, I mean, like when they aired on the radio, the first two in the early '80s. But then, like, unless you taped it off the radio, they didn't come out on cassette or CD until the '90s.
Yeah.
So that was probably exciting for fans that remembered them as a kid on the radio, um, especially those Brian Daly fans because he wrote the script. That's nice that you get that little pocket of air before you go down.
Yeah, and I gotta remember. Crap.
It's all settling
Kill
on
it?
your head.
Alright.
Yeah, I think it's dead. Squash you.
It'd be nice if there was some sort of like, and I don't know if there's any sort of rights issue or anything with the original distributors or anything, but if there was like um, a uh, a big new release. Oops, I forgot. I'm supposed to
Of the radio dramas.
of everything of all the audio dramas for Star Wars.
Yes, I will say. Oh, are you gonna make it?
Yeah, I'll make it. I just forgot that I have to go out that hole,
Yeah, yeah.
and they
Um,
don't give you a heck of a lot of time.
no. I know that the. I'm not sure about Empire or Jedi. I know the A New Hope radio drama got re-released. I want to say around 2013 or so, because they actually had a tie-in card series of artwork that was inspired specifically from the radio drama.
Hmm.
And I think it was put out by Topps. And it was all tied in, and I think they got like, I'm trying to remember if it was Dave Dorman. It was some other Star Wars painter that painted scenes, like I said, that were just from the radio drama.
That's pretty recent for something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, that was 2013, and I think they got a re-release on CD, and I think MP3, like downloads on Amazon or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Um, and then, of course, let's not forget the last year's Dooku Lost Jedi, or Jedi Lost, or whatever it is. The 6 hour or 8 hour audio drama, which I fell asleep to, but I've only listened to the first 2 or 3 hours.
Really, that would put
Like,
you to sleep. A whole 8 hours of Dooku put you to sleep. I'm shocked.
well, and it's a pretty good audio drama. It's not as immersive, or because the problem with the new one, and there's even a Dr. Afro one that just came out like a month ago. But the problem with the Dooku one is that there was a lot of kids. So they had two or three younger actors voicing Padawans, and they all kind of sound the same.
Yeah.
So you just hear a lot of kids, and it's hard to figure out who is who unless you have the script in front of you.
Right.
But yeah, I got to pick up on the listening again. But when I was listening to it, I had the ebook of the script open in front of me, and it made it much more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's tough because then you got to concentrate, and kind of the idea is,
Yeah.
you'd be in the car or something, walking,
Right,
and listening
right.
to it. But
Yeah,
you have to
so-
like sit there and concentrate. Kinda,
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person. That's why I can't really do audiobooks very well. Like, because I need something to latch my eyes onto.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I listen to them in the car or walking or whatever, I have to keep rewinding because I lose my focus. I guess I retain information very visually, whether it's
Yeah.
words or a movie or whatever.
What's that wood made out of? What kind of wood is that? Tuscan
All right.
wood.
Tuscan tinderbox.
Come on, turd.
Turd and Raider. Jellyfish. Actually, I should look up and see what those things are.
Oh yeah. Somebody had to name those.
Somebody.
It's better than the Dianogas and Dark Forces. Those are really annoying.
Yeah, those are irritating as hell. Especially when you're out of blaster ammo and you gotta punch
Mhm.
them. Alright, let's see. I'm on Wikipedia.
We're so spoiled now. We have Wikipedia to look everything up. We don't have to bookmark our novels or anything as references.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much. I mean, I still do for a few things here and there, but I can even do that on my phone with a text program, and it's better than writing it down in a notebook like I did for so many years. So I think it's a water psych I don't know how to say that. It's CYCS, or that's the plural. CYC. Water psych or water
Psych.
Psych. Oh, it says they're also found on Drummond Koss. That was in Mysteries of the Sith.
Oh. Yeah, conveniently, since they already had the model made for this game.
Right. Headshot. The awkward angle his 3D model bends as he's jumping around.
Whoa. Looks like the little transport skiff in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, the one the R2 unit was driving.
Yeah. It's a Favreau Filoni deep cut from the old EU.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. In fact, speaking of the Mandalorian and Favreau and those guys, I finally finished Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian. That
Oh yeah,
behind
I
the
need to
scenes
watch
thing.
that.
Because I thought I had a few more episodes to go because I put it off for a couple months, and it turns out I only had one more episode, and it turned out that it was the best one because the entire episode pretty much was all about the references.
Mm.
So they go into like all the droids, all the blasters, the ships, the story behind why they wanted to put that thing in whatever it was, and
Yeah. Like where
it's
it comes from.
yeah, and but not only that, but they go into the original. They'll show clips from the original movies of whatever the thing was, and so you get an appreciation for why they put it in.
Oh,
All right,
I really need to watch it.
yeah, it was great. There you go. 5 out of 6
5 out of
secrets.
6. That's gonna bug me. Well, here we go. Level 4
That's
of
right.
Dark Forces Jedi Knight 2 level 4. Ugh.
Onward to level 5.
Yes, in the next episode. Oh yeah, let's watch the cutscene.
Let's see it. After you
Do I want
put some
to?
force power.
I don't know. Some games, sometimes it's some games it's like handy to hold on to these points.
Yeah.
These type of points, but then others it's like there's no point in holding on to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the interesting ones don't come until later.
Yeah, I know that one is key for one point in the game, but the important
I'll
one.
put 1 point into it.
There you go. The important one is the force jump because that really.
Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah. Baron's Head Spaceport. It's a pile of shit.
It's the animatic from when Lucas was making the special editions for Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Baron's Head. The Empire sure knows how to ruin a perfectly good city.
My guess is your Palladiate is in that large house. The Imperials are guarding it like a fortress.
Well, I think a visit's in order. Don't you?
Cal Katarn's a manlet.